Hey everybody, welcome to Ladybug Girl Show. Today I'm planting peas. It's early March and I think I'm probably like a week behind schedule, but I thought today's the day, let's get the peas in the ground. I wanted to share my tricks. My tricks are pre-soaking. I soak my seeds in mason jars for 12 to 24 hours before I plant. And my other trick is labeling. And this year I'm starting a journal to keep track of the dates I plant and what I plant so I can keep track of the varieties and know what to plant next year, what works best, what tastes best, and I can keep little notes in my journal. Hopefully this helps you get your peas in the ground. Okay, here are my peas. I have 2 containers full of peas. Basically what I do is use little mason jars. I put each variety in there with an inch or 2 of water. I have sugar lace, Oregon pod, tall telephone, and sugar snap pole. And then in this container I have sugar daddy and little marvel. And here is my labeling. I have labels for each type of pea I'm growing, and then I made a list so I can keep track, and then I'm gonna write the date that I planted it, and then I'll also write notes later like what day it sprouted on and what day I was able to harvest. So I think this will be a great way to keep track. Okay, it's super windy, but I am determined to plant my peas. First I need to prepare my bed. I have an old rusted out horse trough and I have some weeds, so let me show you the before and after. Here's my rusted out horse trough. Basically I have some green onions and then I have little weeds. I got buttercup and then I have a bunch of grass. So I think I will start out by weeding this bed. Getting lots of weeds out. Look at all that. You don't want competition for your peas, so it's always best to weed. Okay, now it's all weed free. Next thing I like to do is use a little hand rake to get rid of any little seedlings roots, and I can pull them up quite easily that way. First I'm gonna plant the sugar snap pole beans. They get 5 to 7 feet tall, and here they are soaking in a mason jar, so I'll just spread them out. I'm gonna start planting on that side, and I have this nice trellis for them to grow up. So it'll be really a nice location for them to grow. I have all the seeds ready to cover. I will cover them with 1 inch of soil. You might be wondering how I get my soil to look so rich. My trick is I compost horse manure, and the horse manure creates the rich, dark soil, and my plants thrive. They love it. I highly recommend composting horse manure. I use it all the time, and that's my secret to organic gardening. I don't use any chemicals. I just compost horse manure. We also have chicken manure, and yeah, I let it age in my compost bins, and it creates the best soil ever. My other secret is composting your kitchen scraps and your yard waste, because all that will create rich soil for you as well. So composting is the key. Okay, everything is covered with 1 inch of soil. Actually, there's one poking out right here. We'll just tap it in. Okay, I have little marvel on the left and sugar lace on the right. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep my green onions in the container and just let the peas grow up and around. I'm pretty lucky because I have water right by my garden, so when I get dirty hands, I can just stick it in the water and wash off. Yay! Clean hands! Yay! This bed is planted with 3 varieties of peas. We live on a farm, so I just grabbed some scrap chicken wire. The main point is to make sure that the chickens and the birds don't eat the precious little sprouts, because they look like a great springtime meal when they start popping up. Another option would be this wire. I think it has done a good job keeping out the birds and the chickens. As you can see, I have little sprouts coming up, These are actually not peas, but they're a little tiny broccoli or kale seeds. They're volunteers from last year from my plants that set seed. Now I'm going to plant this new location. It's in a raised bed, and this side has an elderberry branch that is holding up our kind of lattice for the plants to grow up. In this location I will be planting the tall telephone alderman pea. I have it in my mason jar here, and I'll just sprinkle it along the bottom and it will be happy growing here. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, I have quite a few. I have a clump over there, so I'll spread those out a little bit better, but I'll cover it all with dirt now. Okay, so when I'm covering it, I also use my foot to kind of stomp it down a little bit, and that just secures the seed in the dirt and prevents gaps of air, so it will be firmly in the ground. Okay, the telephone pole beans are nicely planted. Now I'm going to cover them to protect them from the chickens and the birds. Our horse actually knocked down my garden gate. Lovely, huh? Apparently it wanted to eat my food, but I'm going to use my gate to cover up and protect my fresh seedlings that will be sprouting any day now. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up with that. Right now I'm trying to grow horse pasture, so I don't need my garden gate at the moment, so I think by the time I let the horse up, I can get my gate back up. Here is my garden gate that the horse knocked over, and I will use it to protect my peas. So here is what I'm doing, but I just need to block off the end so the chickens or the birds don't fly right through. Mainly the chickens. Okay, so I just found this scrap fencing and thought, oh, it could provide some protection, and I think this will solve my problem. The trick to growing an organic garden is to use what you have. So if you have some fencing laying around, use that, or make something, kind of get creative. If you had like old sheets of fiberglass, you could lay it on top of your seedlings. You don't want to leave it there for too many days because it will prevent it from growing, but it might give it a nice start. So just kind of think outside the box and try not to go to the store and buy something that you might already have, because the idea of gardening is to live within your means and live a little bit more of a self-sustainable lifestyle. So I hope this gave you some ideas how I do it. I still have a few more peas to be planting, so I'm gonna get to it because the sun is going down in about a half an hour. So I have a little bit of time left. Wish me luck, and may this motivate you to get your hands dirty and enjoy your time growing food. Thank you for tuning in to the Ladybug Girl Show. Please subscribe and leave me a comment. I love to talk to people around the globe. Thanks for watching this episode. Talk to you later. Bye.